Hi, second graders. Welcome back to your TV classroom. Today is Friday, February 26th. It's Friday. That means we're gonna do some fact fun work. We're gonna work on our fluency. We're gonna do working more and really getting those skills of adding 3 digits with regrouping really strong. But before we do all of that, let's go ahead and check in with our zones. What zone are you in today? How do you feel? What's your brain doing? How are your emotions feeling? What does your body feel like? Gus, how are you feeling today? You're in the green zone? You're ready to learn? Okay. Mr. Kevin, how are you today?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I think I'm in the green.
Great.
The green maybe bordering on yellow.
Oh, are you excited about something?
Oh, just a little excited.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
lots of changes.
Yeah, lots of changes. Sometimes changes can be exciting. Sometimes changes can be exciting and make you worried at the same time. Did you know that happens a lot? I know for me, when big changes are happening, I get excited, but then I also get worried, and that's really normal. So if you're feeling that way today, it's totally okay, friends.
And how about you,
I'm in
Mrs.
the green
Waller?
zone today, which I'm shocked by because last night Oliver did not sleep very well, and he was having trouble sleeping and had a nightmare and was sad and scared, and so I didn't get much sleep, but I'm feeling awake and focused, and I'm in the green zone today.
Good.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn today. Friends, let's go ahead and work on some of our facts. Take a look at this first problem. Now, we know about tens and ones. So if I've got 5 tens and I take away 2 tens, how many tens am I gonna have left? 3. And how many ones? 8. What number does that make? It makes the number, now I got a new thing to write on, so thank you for being patient. It makes the number 38. Ta-da! I need to pick that pen up, we're gonna need it later. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. Ooh, 58 minus 29. It's a little trickier, isn't it? Well, we have 50 and 8 and 20 and 9. Well, I could do 50 minus 20 is 38. So 58 minus 20 is 38. And then I could take away 8, which gets me to 30. Here's how I'm doing that. I'm taking this 9 and I'm making it 8 and 1. So I've got 58 minus 20 equals 38. And then I'm gonna take away the 8 and I'm gonna get 30. And then I'm gonna take one more away and I get 29. So 58 minus 29 equals 29. Now I could check that by adding 29 and 29 together, and guess what I get? 58. Tricky. 51 minus 30. What is it? 21. Yeah, we just take away 3 tens and we get 21. 51 minus 35. Well, if 51 minus 30 is 21, then we take away, so we're at 21 now, and we have this 5 left to take away. Could take away 1 and we get to 20, and then take away 4 more and we get to 16. Our answer is 16. And 35 plus 16 is 51. Okay, 51 minus 39. Well, if 51 minus 35 is 16, how many more is 39? 4 more. So what's 16 minus 4? 12. Now to check my mental math, I'm gonna add 39 to 12. 9 and 2 is 11, and 30 and 10 is 40, and 40 plus 11 is 51. We did it. Nice job, second graders. Today we are refining our ability to add 3-digit numbers together that require regrouping. There's that refining word again. When I say the word refine, that means you're gonna make it really, you're gonna do the best you can to get it so you're not making mistakes and you're fluent and you're checking your strategies and you're using all the things we've learned. So we can use things like open number lines or place value drawings or taking apart the place values of the two numbers, and then adding them together, and then adding those totals together to get our final number. We did that yesterday. Let's do a little warm-up. On your whiteboard, I would like you to write each number as the sum of hundreds, tens, and ones, also known as expanded form. So 526, how do we make that? I'm gonna do the first one. Mr. Kevin's not gonna show it yet. I'm gonna do it. I didn't start writing. I knew I needed to tell him. I'm gonna do the first one on my whiteboard, and you're gonna do it. We have 30 seconds. Ready? Go. Okay, now you can show them, Mr. Kevin. I forgot to write the 526 equals, so I had to squeeze it in. 526 equals 500 plus 20 plus 6. If you forgot, what we're doing here is writing the value of each digit and adding it together. So this 5 is 500 plus 2 tens, which is 20, plus 6 ones, which is 6. Okay, take my whiteboard away again, Mr. Kevin. 30 seconds, do the next one. Okay, show my whiteboard. Okay, this time I didn't forget. 783 equals 700 plus 80 plus 3. We're gonna use this today when we are adding our 3-digit numbers to help us regroup. All right, Mr. Kevin. Just the PowerPoint, please. There are 146 firefighters and 158 police officers marching in a parade. What is the total number of firefighters and police officers marching in the parade? So the equation that they're using is going to be 146. Actually, Mr. Kevin, can we do all three? It's gonna be easier for me to do this on my whiteboard because I don't have a stylus and it's a little bit small up here and my finger is just a little too big for it. So the equation is gonna be 146, sorry friends, plus 158. Take a look at the strategy they used to solve it. They started at 158, which is the larger number, because when you add, you can add either direction, right? And they added the 100 and got to 258. And then they added 40 and 2 and 4. So what did they end up at? What number did they end up at? 304. Let's use one of our other strategies to check their work. Go ahead and write out the values of 146, just like we did in our warm-up. Okay, and write out the values of 158. Okay, now you can choose if you want to do hundreds, tens, and ones, or ones, tens, and hundreds. I was taught to always start with the ones, so that's where I start. But you can go either way. 6 plus 8 is 14. So 1 10 and 4 ones. 40 plus 50 is 90. 100 plus 100 is 200. Now I'm going to add it all together. 4 plus 0 is 4. 9 plus 1 is 10 tens. So there's going to be no tens left over, and that makes a group of 100 because 10 tens is 100. So 200 plus 100 is 300. Look at that. 304. That's what they got. They got 304. Now, you can see where the regrouping happens on this number line. They add 100, they add 40, and then they get to a 10 of 300, right? And look here. I did the same thing here. Isn't that cool? And they got to the new 100 as well. They're not in the 200s anymore. Now they're at 300. So they regrouped a 10 and a ones to tens and tens to ones. That's pretty awesome. Let's look at our next problem. You can make this full screen for right now, Mr. Kevin, when we read it. And then you get to pick either the number line or using that expanded form to solve it. So a basketball team sells 379 tickets before game day. Another 136 tickets are sold at the door. How many tickets are sold in all? Show your work. What's happening? Yeah, they're selling tickets before the game and at the game. Let's read and find our question. A basketball team sells 379 tickets before game day. Another 136 tickets are sold at the door. How many tickets are sold in all? Show your work. What's your question? Yeah, how many tickets are sold in all? Okay, now let's read and find out the information we know. A basketball team sells 379 tickets before the game day, and another 136 tickets are sold at the door. What do we know? Okay, we know they sell 379 tickets before and 136 tickets at the door. How could we model that? I want you to think about a bar model that would help you represent this problem. Is this going to be a part put together? Is this going to be a comparison, or is this going to be an array? What do you think? Okay, 2 parts to make a whole, right? We have the before and the at, and we're putting them together to find the whole. So let's do that bar model to make sure that it makes sense, okay? So looking at the 2 numbers, 379 and 136, the 379 is going to be much larger. And then 136 is what they sell at the door. Where's our question mark going to go? Yeah, it's going to go right here. Question mark. We don't know how many in all. Go ahead. Take about 1.5 to 2 minutes. We'll put it at 2 minutes, Mr. Kevin. I might stop us early. We'll see. And go ahead and solve this problem and see if you come up with a solution. I'm going to do it. You're going to do it. Mr. Kevin's not going to show me. Ready? Go. Okay, friends. I'm ready. I was doing both ways so they could see. You didn't have to do both ways. You only had to do one. But I wanted you to make sure that you could see both of the ways to solve. The answer was 515 tickets in all. So here's how I first did it. Started on my number line. Check your work with my work. I added 100 to get 479. Then I added 30 to get 509. Then I knew 510 was just one away, and I was gonna have to add 6. So then I added 5 more and I got to 515. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is I added 9 plus 6 and got 15, 70 and 30 and got 100, and then 300 and 100 and got 400. Then I added it all up and it was 515. Let's move on to the next problem. Miss Stone's students work in the school garden. They plant 267 beet plants and 278 onion plants. What is the total number of plants? Show your work. So what's happening in this situation? And I'm gonna draw using, as we're talking about the situation, what's happening? Right, the students are planting a garden. So here's our garden. We know that there are beet plants and we know that there are onion plants. So these are the beet plants and these are the onion plants. And we know that there's gonna be a total. Let's read our question. Miss Stone's students work in the school garden. They plant 267 beet plants and 278 onion plants. What is the total number of plants? What's our question that we're asking? Yeah, we want to know the total number of plants. Perfect. So that question mark is going to go right here. Mr. Kevin, can you tell me how much time we have left? Or how much time we've been going?
We're at 16.
Perfect. That's exactly where we need to be. All right. So let's find the information we can fill in here on our bar model. So what do we know? Miss Stone's students work in the school garden. They plant 267 beet plants. Ooh, 267 beet plants. Whoops. 267 beet plants and 278 onion plants. So we can put that information into our bar model. Ooh, I'm getting used to having this newer screen, Mr. Kevin.
Yeah.
267 beet plants, 278 onion plants. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Go ahead and solve for the total number. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, friends, take a look. I expanded it out. I said 7 plus 8 is 15, 60 plus 70 is 130, and 200 plus 200 is 400. Then I added it all together and I got 545. 545 plants are in the garden. Is that what you got? That's what you should have gotten. Okay, let's look at our last problem. There is a box of foam shapes in the art room. It has 356 squares and 304 circles. Which addition problem shows how many foam shapes there are in all? Mr. Kevin, can you go ahead and show my whiteboard alongside with this one? We're gonna do this one together. So here's my bar model. I always try to do some kind of model with a story problem. I know there's 356 squares and 304 circles. That means squares and circles in my model. And I'm trying to figure out how many in all. So our addition equation looks like this. You write one and I'm gonna write one. Let's see if they match. Okay, so, but here it has just like one set of expanded form. Well, let's do this. 356 is 300 plus 50 plus 6. And 304 is 300 plus no tens plus 4. What is 6 plus 4? It's 10. What is 50 plus 0? It's 50. What is 300 plus 300? It's 600. So we would get 600 plus 60. Oh, do you see it? Look here. We have 600 plus 50 plus 10. Do you see it? The answer is B. B is our answer. Oh, it's still on white. That's not going to work. B is our answer. Dean chose A. How did Dean get that answer? What did Dean do? Dean did 600 plus this 10 plus 5. Dean said this was 5 instead of 5 tens. He didn't get the value of the digit correct. The value of the digit's so important. Let's take a look at your homework today. You're going to do page 409, 410. Continue practicing this skill of either using open number line or expanding out each number and adding them together and adding the values together. Woo, 2 fast fingers. Today, we refined our ability to add 3-digit numbers together that require regrouping. We identified the value of each digit. We used a strategy to add the values together. We found the sums, and we were identifying what we were doing and explaining our thinking. Now, at this point, if this is still not making sense to you, it is your responsibility as a 2nd grader to make sure you let your teacher know. Please say, I need help with this lesson I did with Mrs. Wally, I don't understand. Now is the time to do that, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. I even have to go to my professors and ask. Mr. Kevin, can you tell them how they could send us a question if they had one for us here at the TV classroom?
Certainly, and we'd love to hear your questions and hear from you. Anything you want to talk about. You can email us at tvclassroom@k12.wa.us, or you can mail it to our TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.
All right, friends, now is time for your break. During your break, please gather your ELA materials, your learning packet, your learning notebook, a pencil, your learning buddy, and be ready when Miss Oslin comes back on the screen for your time with ELA. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care of your needs, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Hi, kids. Welcome to Jurassic Parkour. Walk with me. Today, we are going on an adventure. We are going to be hiking and running in search of a hidden waterfall. But be warned, there will be dinosaurs. These are the rules. 1, keep moving. We will be alternating between hiking and running, but don't stop. If you can't run or walk, try finding other parts of your body you can move. Whenever you hear Dr. Malcolm say, "Must go faster," you go faster. Don't stop until we make it to the waterfall. Have fun. Must go faster. Let's run! Look out for those dinosaurs. Must go faster.
This way.
Go faster! Whoa! That was a close one. Good job, you guys. Keep up the good work. Look out for those dinosaurs. Come on, keep going. Oh, good job, you guys. You're working hard. Whew. Keep up the good work. We can make it. Whew. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. We're almost to our rest spot. Good job. Whew. Good job, you guys. Now it's time for a little break. Slow down and let's go at a walking speed. Good job. Look how beautiful this forest is. Boy, this fresh air does feel good, doesn't it? Good job, you guys. You're awesome. Keep up the good work. But get ready.
Let's go faster.
Oh no! More dinosaurs! Look out! Look out, guys! Start running! Good job! Get in the herd, you guys, and keep running! Don't fall down! Stay on your feet! Good job! Keep up the good work! Let's make it to the forest!
Must go faster.
Run, guys, run! First dinosaurs, now volcanoes? Oh, come on. We can do it, though. Let's go. Keep going. We got this. Whoa. To the trees. Whew. Nice job, everybody. We made it to another safe spot. Wow. Look how pretty this water looks. Boy, I could go for a swim. We're getting closer to the waterfall, so keep up the good work. All right, here we go. Get ready. Catch your breath. All right.
Let's go faster.
More volcanoes. Run! Whoa. Whoa. Come on, we can do it, guys.
Must go faster.
All right, here we go, guys. Keep working hard. You are all doing awesome. You're superstars. This is when we start getting tired, but we're getting closer to the waterfall. So keep working hard, keep moving, and we're gonna make it. Whoa!
I don't think we're allowed to drive through here, Zach.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
See that?
Woo! Good work.
Call for help! Stop taking pictures!
We got this. Woo! Woo! This has been the wildest hike I've ever been on. Woo! But I know we can outrun these dinosaurs. You all have been working hard.
Did we lose it?
No!
All right. We got this. Whoa! He's getting a little bit close. Keep running.
Hit the brakes!
Woo! Look out for these ones with the spiny tails. Whoa! Whoa!
Must go faster.
Whoa! Great job, class. Final stretch. We're almost to the waterfall. Just move as fast as you can. We got this. Come on, run. Whoa! There's the waterfall. We gotta jump. Get ready. Here we go. Here we go. Get ready to jump. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Nice job, everybody. We made it. Boy, did that waterfall feel good. Now, we're gonna have a little bit of a warm down. We're gonna walk nice and easy to catch our breath and let our heart rate drop down and let our lungs get more oxygen into our body, because that was a lot of hard work. You are all superstars. Thank you for joining me on this amazing Jurassic parkour hike through the woods. Good job, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Hi, second graders. Welcome back from your break. Excellent job gathering your materials and being ready to learn. You can put your reading notebook, your pencil off to the side and go ahead and hold on to your learning buddy if they are going to help you focus. Now, let's remind ourselves of our roles and responsibilities during writing workshop. Now, these should be the same as when you are face-to-face with your teacher. Your job is to listen carefully and participate in the discussions, to have your supplies ready and with you, to try new techniques, methods, and strategies to improve your writing, because that's what we're all working on, is improving our writing. You're going to work with your fellow writers, helping them if they are stuck and need writing suggestions. Respect other writers and their writing by working quietly. And it says, let your pencil talk for you. So if you have something in your mind that you're thinking about, let your pencil write it down in your notebook and see if that helps. Use your time wisely, which means when you get ready to do your independent work, make sure you have all your materials ready to go so you don't have to stop and get up and go get them. You're going to take pride in your work and do your very best writing. We're going to think, imagine, and write, and live and grow as a writer every day. Now, my job and your teacher's job is to listen carefully to your thoughts and ideas and use those thoughts and ideas to decide what and how we're going to teach. We're going to show you what good writing looks and sounds like, and today we're going to use a new text to do that with, and I'm really excited to share it with you. We're going to encourage you and compliment you. That means we'll always tell you what you're doing well. We're also going to give you feedback and tell you what you could try to grow. We're going to confer with you. That will mostly be your teacher working one-on-one with you as a writer, and assess your writing. We can do that here at TV Classroom if you send us your writing. I would love to be able to compliment you, tell you what you're doing really well, and give you ideas for what you could do differently to grow as a writer. Now, today, we are learning that writers, that's you and I, use their imaginations to turn simple moments into engaging and entertaining stories. I think I left a word off there. That's okay, you know what I mean. So today we're going to think about some simple moments in our lives and use our imaginations to make them really engaging and entertaining for someone to read. And the story that we're going to read is called Up North at the Cabin. It's by Marsha Wilson Chall. And instead of illustrations by Steve Johnson, it says paintings by Steve Johnson. And I want to point out that as an author and an illustrator, you don't just have to draw your pictures, you could also paint them. Wouldn't that be so neat to take your simple moments and turn them into really exciting and engaging stories by painting pictures to go with your words? I would love to see that. Now, this story is about our main character who goes up north to a cabin with her grandparents. And this could be something that seems really simple, going to a cabin with your grandparents. But the character and the author is able to make it really exciting and engaging for you and I as readers. So notice the technique, what our author did here, and think about how you as a writer can do the same thing, taking really simple moments and making them exciting and engaging for a reader to read. On the way up north to the cabin, the sunshine sits in my lap all morning. I know the way by heart. Past the big walleye statue on Lake Mille Lacs, a few more miles to the live deer park, till all the trees are birch and pine and houses are made from logs that look like shiny pretzels. Up north at the cabin, I am a smart angler. Grandpa ties pink spinners, leeches, and dragonflies, but I know what fish like. I bait my hook with peanut butter and worm sandwiches, then jig my line and wait. Grandma serves me sunnies with fried potatoes and corn on the cob. We eat at the long table on the screen porch, sitting next to one another on the same side so we can all watch the loons dance down the sun. So loons are a type of bird. And I'm just picturing as a kid sitting there with my grandparents and eating a delicious meal that one of them may have made for me. And we're watching the birds in the sunlight. Now, that could have been just a really simple moment, but the way that our author uses words and the paintings that our illustrator uses make this really exciting and engaging. Up north at the cabin, I am a great gray dolphin. The lake is my ocean. Now, our character could have just said, I go swimming, but that's not how our author had our character word this narrative. They said, up north at the cabin, I am a great gray dolphin. The lake is my ocean. Our character is picturing themselves as a dolphin. Now, that seems a lot more exciting than just picturing yourself as a swimmer. And it also, as a reader, makes me want to keep reading. What did they do in the water? Do you think they're just going to jump in? Let's find out. From the dock, I dive head first, skimming over sand that swirls behind me. Anchored to the bottom, upside down, I am an acrobat in a perfect handstand. Then, rising in a sea of air bubble balloons, I float on a carpet of waves. Now look at that painting and think about the words that our author has used. I float on a carpet of waves. Take a moment and just see if you can picture that and maybe feel what it feels like to float on a carpet of waves. Now, because the author used really vivid language and because our illustrator painted such a beautiful picture with details of the bubbles and the waves and the look on our character's face, I can almost feel like I am the one floating on a carpet of waves, and I can kind of feel the bubbles around me. And that's because, again, our author and our illustrator took something that seems simple, floating in waves, and made it so exciting and engaging for you and I as readers. Up north at the cabin, I am a fearless voyager guiding our canoe through the wilderness. The river spills over rocks and whispers to me, Kawashiwi, Kawashiwi, and rushes on to anywhere. Like a house on stilts, a bull moose stands in the shallows. His chest heaves and rumbles, mighty as a diesel engine. He shakes his great head, rocking branches of bone as he bellows a warning. That would be exciting, being in a canoe and seeing a moose and hearing the moose. Might also be kind of scary. And I only feel that way because of the way our author described this moment, where it could have been like, I was in my boat and there was a moose. Well, no, they didn't do that. They used, again, really vivid language of how his chest heaves and rumbles, mighty as a diesel engine. It's really exciting. Ahead to the beaver dam, the voyager commands. On the portage trail, we sling the canoe over our heads. Its backbone to the sky, we trudge along, an armored beetle homeward bound. Up north at the cabin, I am a daredevil. Keep your knees bent, calls Uncle Roy. I clutch the tow rope. bobbing up and down in my yellow life vest. The motor sputters softly, waiting. My legs stiffen in the skis. Hit it, I yell. Okay, now I am having a connection with this part of up north at the cabin when I used to go camping with my family and I learned how to water ski. And I remember being about 3rd or 4th grade when I was just learning. And I remember that moment when my dad would drive the boat and I'd yell, hit it. And before the tug of the rope was just this nervous, exciting feeling of, am I gonna get up or am I gonna fall? And so because our author created such an engaging story, I can really relate to this. And I am having that feeling again. Do you think that this character will get up or do you think they're gonna fall? Let's find out. The boat roars forward, the tow line snaps tight. I leap from the water, riding the waves. Lean back, they scream. How much, I think, then smack the water like an angry northern pike. That's a type of fish. Like an angry northern pike, I fall 3 times. A flip, a somersault, the splits. Want to try again? They ask. Papa skims the silver water on only one ski. Yes, I shout. Oh, they didn't get up the first time, but they kept trying. That's exciting. Up north at the cabin, I am always brave, even in the dark woods. When blood thumps through my head like an old Ojibwe drums. It's said they beat for 2 full moons when Chief Maqua's son rode to the sugar bush, but never came home. I stand and listen and think I hear them still. That reminds me of the drum that Anthony Bluehorse beat for us and sang those songs. I can feel in my chest the beat of the drum when he was here. Up north at the cabin, we're almost ready to go. I check under my bed, take down our clothesline, pack my snorkel and fins. Then one last thing, I look all around me, at the screen porch, at the creaky branch I hear at night, at the chipmunk hole under the stoop, at the tufted island in the bay, at the spot in the sky where the North Star shines. I shut my eyes tight and fix them in my mind. So when I'm far away from summer, when frosted windows cloud the sun, I close my eyes and once again, I am up north at the cabin. Again, this could have been a really simple trip to a cabin with our characters' grandparents, but the detail that they added and the vivid language and comparisons and analogies that they provided really made it an exciting story for you and I to read. And again, the illustrations, look at that painting where you can see the cabin and our author described it like pretzel sticks and the water in the sky. This is a really fun book to read. And here we have a note about our author. Marcia Wilson Chall spent her childhood summers on northern lakes, but the real inspiration for this book came when she returned to the North Woods with her own children. Watching them embrace nature, revel in their imaginations, find a freedom they simply do not have in the city is a radiant experience year after year, she says. My daughter always cries when we leave. Ms. Shaw lives with her husband and their 2 children in Minnetonka, Minnesota. This is her first book. So not only was the idea for Up North at the Cabin from her childhood experiences, but even more so from when she took her own children and got to see them use their imagination to play at the cabin. Today we learned that writers use their imaginations to turn simple moments into engaging and entertaining stories. Now there's the word stories that I didn't add. So when you think about when your parents or the people who are at home with you, or when your teachers, when you're at school, ask, what did you do at school yesterday? Or what did you do at home last night? So often I get from students or even my own children, nothing. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could take simple moments and use your imagination and turn them into engaging and entertaining stories? So right now I can do that. I'm gonna model thinking about something that might seem really simple and how I can use my imagination to turn it into an engaging and entertaining story. I'm gonna take some think time. Thinking about a time when I was on my way to work here to our TV classroom, and I heard a loud siren behind me. And I had to check my rearview mirror, and I could see the flash of the lights. And I pulled over, because that's what you're supposed to do to let them pass. And I could see the fire engine whiz past me. And I could see the firefighters in the cab of the fire truck, and their eyes were very wide open and their faces were very serious. And then I pulled back slowly out into traffic. Oh, and it was raining. It was cold and rainy, and I could see the dark clouds. And as I pulled in to the road behind the fire engine, I could see it was going to where I was going. And there was a fire in the road. Everyone was okay, but it was very exciting and engaging. You see how I used a lot of really vivid language? And even when I told the story, I was animated and talked about what it looked like and what it sounded like and how it felt. I was excited and nervous. I could have just said there was a fire engine, I pulled over, and then I got to work, but I didn't. I used my imagination and I turned it into a simple moment into an engaging and entertaining story that I can write in my writer's notebook. And that's what you are gonna do today. You are gonna stop and think about what is a simple moment to think about your days when you're face to face with your teacher. Think about your days when you're at home or at daycare or at your auntie's house. What is a simple moment that you could turn into an engaging and entertaining story by using your imagination? Take some think time. Turn and tell your learning buddy about your simple moment that you can turn into an engaging and entertaining story. Go ahead. Second graders, I cannot wait for you to write that story down and send it to us here at your TV classroom. Now you'll remember your roles and responsibilities is you're gonna try on that new strategy of taking a really simple moment and adding details in your imagination to turn it into a really engaging story. And write it down. And then you're gonna send it to me here. And I'm gonna compliment you, I'm gonna tell you what you're doing really well, and I'm gonna tell you what else you could try on or what you could try to do differently. You can send it to us here at our TV classroom. Mr. Kevin, how can our second graders send us their really exciting stories that they're gonna draw and write about?
Well, Miss Oslin, I'm so glad you asked me, because they can sneak up to their laptop or their device. They can open the lid and they can slowly turn on the application called Outlook. And then they can type into the subject line, my story. And then they can type into the to area, TV classroom at tacoma.k12.wa.us. Or if they prefer, they can go on a little adventure. Take an envelope and put your story in that envelope and put a stamp on it, and then walk like you're, let's say, an inspector on the case, looking for that elusive mailbox, and send it to TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.
Yes, and we will read it on air, if it's okay with you. Oh my goodness. Okay, second graders, now is our time for our affirmation. This is the time we get to say positive things about ourselves before we go off to do our independent work. Today, I want you to remind yourself that you are creative. You can use your imagination to turn a simple moment into a really exciting story. Mr. Kevin did a brilliant job of modeling how sending an email can be really simple and kind of boring, but he made it seem so exciting. So second graders, you're gonna say, I am creative. Say it out loud to yourself right now. I am creative. Excellent job today. Thank you so much for reading and thinking with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you back here next time in our TV classroom. Bye.
Hey kids, we want to see your work. Just send your pictures and your stories to TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.